You're in good hands with Allstate. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And I just saved a ton of money by switching to Geico, are classic insurance slogans that we hear every day on TV and social media. If we're not careful, we can be talked into insurance for about anything. Title insurance is not an insurance policy that we can live without. With 10 years' experience as a title insurance and closing agent, I have seen messes that have been caused by omitting title insurance. For anyone who has been through the home buying process, you understand the massive amounts of paperwork involved. Title insurance is required by the lender and recommended to the buyer, but most people don't understand what title insurance is or the importance of it. Let's go through a few basic things regarding title insurance. When you are in the process of purchasing a home, a title insurance commitment will be issued on the property. The title insurance company will take a look at things like the legal description, make sure it's accurate. They'll check all the taxes to make sure they're paid in full. Any encumbrances, which are your mortgages, your liens, your judgments, things like that. Encroachments, which are fences running across the property, easements, telephone lines, cable TV lines, anything like that. Incorrect legal descriptions, like I talked about, can be a huge issue. We've got to make sure that the property that the seller is selling is the correct property, and you also have to make sure that the seller is in a position to be able to sell the property. If it's tied up in court or bankruptcy, foreclosure, anything like that, the property is not sellable. There is a chance that there are other heirs or other owners that can come into the property that maybe perhaps have a mechanic's lien on it, an heir through the death of somebody in the family. So there are several factors that need to be looked at when you're buying a property. If you buy a property from a party without doing title insurance, you don't know what is clouding the title. And just because you've paid for that property doesn't mean that it's yours. If somebody has a valuable lien or a judgment or the taxes aren't due or anything, they can actually come in and take that property from you, and anything that you've paid for the property or done to it for improvements is just money that you're out. Title insurance is a policy where the title insurance company will step in and cover these things on your behalf. I have a sample of a legal description. This is a plat map issued on a subdivision, and we show each particular lot that is covered in a block. And in between each lot, there could be easements. So the title insurance company will look at a survey to make sure that there are no fences on your property line, somebody didn't build a garage on your property line, things like that. And that is something that the title insurance company will look at. A title insurance commitment is what is actually issued that will allow all the parties in the transaction to see what needs to be done to allow clear title to the property before you actually get to the closing table. If you had an issue such as the fence on your property line, it would be a simple solution for the two landowners to just solve that problem. But there are other things that could be a problem. If you have an error in a legal description, you may have to go back to the original surveyor that did that subdivision and have them record something. If you have a judgment that is in your name by error because they look up pretty common names, there would be affidavits that have to be signed to take care of all that. If this gives the buyer an opportunity to look at everything that's on the property and what needs to be fixed to make the property marketable prior to closing. The value of the title insurance policy is going to be the sales price of whatever the purchaser is buying the property for. If you're doing a refinance, then the value of the policy is going to be the amount of your new mortgage. There is two basic types of policies. We do an owner's policy, which ensures the new purchaser that they are getting clear title to the property. And there's also a lender's policy, which is issued to the mortgage company if there is a loan on the property, that just ensures that they have first lien position on the property and that their mortgage is marketable. In lieu of foreclosure, that lender wants to be able to know that they have the first lien position where they can come in and foreclose and not have other mortgages or outstanding tax liens or anything like that that would become an issue on the property and they would lose out on their foreclosure. There are many benefits to having a title insurance company step in on your behalf and issue a policy. For one, there are a lot of things that we don't know as common everyday people about property that you would not even know about if you didn't have title insurance issued. The face value of the policy is usually the sales price, so if there is a loss on the title, you're going to get your money back for what you paid for it. If it's something that's solvable with a court case, the title insurance company will step in and pay litigation costs and court costs to get the issue solved. Now that we've covered the basics of title insurance, if you're considering buying a home for the first time, if you're already a homeowner and you're refinancing your home, you now know the importance of purchasing title insurance. A title commitment needs to be obtained before the purchase of real estate to ensure the buyer and the lender that they are protected. So, don't purchase your next home without it. Thank you.